Hi, my name is Lyric, and today we're going to react to World Record Progression Super Mario Bros. By Summoning Salt. Now, this is a series I've always wanted to get into. I think I've maybe watched one or two Summoning Salt videos, but I know his videos are super interesting because basically he does these videos of talking about the world record progression and speedrunning of certain video games, and I'm super interested in getting into that because that just seems like it's such a cool concept I see him to get into, of seeing all the intricacies of how to, how people just do fucking anything to beat these games so fast. And people spend years on end getting these tactics and all this, and it's nicely wrapped into these videos that are just, put them together and shows the progression of how people have got better and better. The best players in the world got better and better at beating these games, and I just find it super interesting to watch. The best players in the world do their stuff at a game millions of people have played. I just find it super interesting, and I know they're highly edited and they're like really good commentary. So I just know these videos are fantastic. Now we're doing through the series, so we're gonna start off with the older one. I did see in the comment here that this is outdated. The world record has gone down by over a second since this video, but we're gonna get the history till then because he hasn't made an updated version. So the first one he did make out is the world record of Mike Tyson's Punch Out, but he has actually made an updated version of that, so we're not gonna react to the original one. We're just gonna wait till we get there to get the updated version. But yeah, Summoning Salt. Obviously, go watch the original video first. You can have it on in the background, or watch the original video first before getting into it. Make sure to subscribe to Support a Small Creator. Obviously, go like to the original video if you like it. Subscribe to Summoning Salt if you like that, and let's get into it. Let's just see how the hell people just absolutely destroy Mario Bros.
The original Super Mario Bros. has to...
I mean, speedrunning videos are so fun to watch. Just seeing people breeze through the games, and all these tactics that you don't really know exactly how they're doing it. But it's great to learn exactly what's going on here when you're looking at all the speedrun videos. I mean, it's one of the most fascinating elements of video game culture, in my opinion.
The original Super Mario Bros. Has to be one of the most iconic and well-known video games of all time. It was one of the first games ever released to feature the now widely recognized
that and Minecraft and Pac-Man.
It was bundled with the original NES when it came out back in 1985, and as a result, millions upon millions of people have played it. But out of all those people, a few like to push the game to its absolute limit,
I want to get a Nintendo console and play it,
and beat it faster than most can ever imagine.
I want to get a Nintendo console and do a video going through every single Mario game. Because I've never had a Nintendo console my entire life. Obviously, I've seen footage of all the games, I've watched gaming videos and stuff, but never actually played any Nintendo game. Other than when my friends brought over and we played Mario Kart and Super Smash Bros. And stuff, but
Super Mario Bros. Has become one of the most popular speedruns to watch over the past few years, and part of that can be contributed to its short length. It's exciting when watching a stream to think that at any point, a new world record could be set in only 5 minutes.
Yeah, that makes sense, because it's a bit more boring if you're saying someone to try to do it for an hour long speedrun and they fail. It takes an hour to do it. But if a speedrun only takes 5 minutes, knowing that any 5 minutes could be the world record speedrun, it's very interesting and high octane to watch.
For over a decade, players have come.
Also, I love when they have the heart rate monitor and stuff here. It's always super interesting. It always adds so much interest to it.
And gone, each one grinding the record down a little bit farther than the last. And today, I'm going to show you how the time has progressed over time. To start, it's necessary to understand that the way you can gain or lose time in this game is different to a standard video game. Because of what runners call the frame rule, players can only lose or gain time in increments of 21
I do know about this, because I have seen some Super Mario speedruns and I do know about the frame rule concept.
In every level other than the last level, 8-4. This is because whenever you finish a level, the game only checks for completion every 21 frames instead of every frame. To quote current world record holder Darbian, it's as if at the end of every level, a bus arrives every 21 frames to bring you to the next level. Even if you miss the bus by just 1 frame, you would still have to wait 20 frames to catch the next bus. Sometimes, though, you'll arrive just before a bus does.
So basically, if you finish the level 20 frames faster, but it's on the same frame roll, you're gonna go to the next level at the exact same time. But if you just go at 1 frame faster than before, but it was on a different frame roll, you get there 21 frames faster, which is yeah, it's interesting. It makes a lot of intrigue on when you're gonna go faster, when you don't, when it doesn't really matter if it's frame by frame or not, because some levels, it can save a frame. I'm gonna be on the same frame roll, so I really don't. It doesn't matter if I save a couple frames if I'm on the same frame roll. But there's some levels, well, if I save 1 frame, I can save 21 frames. So it'd be really important if I can do this trick. So it brings a lot more strategical thinking into it. How you're gonna do it, other than just every frame is important. Yeah.
You don't hardly have to wait at all. Of course, this doesn't apply on the last level, since timing stops immediately once you touch the axe at the end. Although a speedrun of this game is short, there's quite a bit that goes into it. 1-1 is simple enough. You run through, take
There has to be a lot that goes into it. If you complete the entire game in 5 minutes, that means every second you gotta be doing some bullshit.
the underground pipe, and finish the level. 1-2 is an underground level
Very simple.
with a few precise jumps, but due to the frame rule system, you could actually afford to slow down a little bit.
But just going a little bit over my speedrunning history, I have speedrun one game in my life, and that is Celeste. I'm a big fan of the game Celeste. It's like premier game for speedrunning. It's a platformer, kind of like Mario Bros. Inspired. Obviously very different, but same kind of art style. 2D platformer, pixelated platformer. And I'm a big fan of the game, and really, I love speedrunning the game. I'm not nearly as good enough to be on like the leaderboards or anything, but I do have fun playing. I really do have fun speedrunning it. So that's my speedrunning history right
take the
there.
underground pipe, and finish the level. 1-2 is an underground level with a few precise jumps, but due to the frame rule system, you could actually afford to slow down a little bit and not lose any time.
Yeah, that's what I was
At
saying
the
earlier.
end, you use the warp zone to go to World 4.
Yeah, the warp zones. Yeah, the warp zone's very famous secret in the old Mario games. With games this popular, the secrets aren't really secrets anymore, are they? Just like yeah, hidden tracks on famous albums aren't really hidden. Yeah, it's famous. You go back to the level. You can just warp to another world. It's very fun that they put that secret back in there like 40 years ago to think about putting like Easter eggs like that. So it makes part of what makes the game so iconic. They think
really
about stuff
easy.
like that.
You just run through and beat the level. In 4-2, you need to take an above-ground warp pipe to go to World 8. This world is where the ground gets really.
That's why it's
really
good
brutal.
speedrun so fast in those 8 worlds because you can skip a lot. You can skip multiple worlds.
And it features some of the toughest jumps in the entire run. 8-2 is another long level, with Koopas that can spawn in different positions that can trip you up.
Yeah, you can see how the speedrunner knows very well where the hitboxes are because he's kind of grazing over some of the enemies, but he's not dying because he knows exactly where the hitboxes are.
8-3 is filled top to bottom with hammer bros, and their patterns can sometimes kill you no
I
matter
hate the
what you
hammer,
do.
bro. Okay, actually, I stand corrected. I have actually played one Mario game. I forgot. And that is New Super Mario Bros. 2 for the DS, dude. That's the one Mario game I played. I got a DS, and I had that one Mario game, and then I lost the DS. So yeah, but I did actually nearly complete the game. And these Hammer Bros are so annoying.
Finally, the last level, 8-4, features it all. Brutal jumps, a precise water section, Hammer Brothers, and of course, Bowser.
Of course, it has to feature it all for the last level.
The first run that we're going to look at is Scott Kessler's 510, which he achieved back in April 2004.
Okay, starting in 2004.
This run
I was
riddled
-2.
with imperfections, but it didn't matter to most. Back in 2004, speedrunning was a fraction of the size of what it is today, so minor mistakes were largely overlooked. The fact that Kessler was able to beat this 20-year-old game with such precision and skill boggled the mind of so many.
Yeah,
One
sure.
thing to note
On
is that
early
back
internet,
when
it was
this run
going
came
crazy
out,
on
It was
this.
believed that hitting the top versus the bottom of the flagpole didn't matter, since
No.
either way, the flag would have to slide from the top to the bottom.
That
Keep
makes
this in mind
sense.
for later. Months
Okay.
passed, and another runner came out
I'm guessing there's going to be a glitch there where the flag doesn't have to actually go down at all.
of nowhere to challenge Kessler, Trevor Sagan. Sagan and Kessler took turns lowering the record, from 510
I love that
507,
speedruns have this much history behind them, all of them.
then to 506. This 506 stood for a couple of years, and in that time, 4 players were able to tie it, including a 16-year-old under the username Andrew G1990. Finally though, in September 2006, Scott Kessler achieved a 505, which in the opinion of most runners at the time, seemed to be a pretty much perfect run. And from watching the run, it's clear why so many people thought this. The most difficult sections were executed beautifully, and there weren't any visible mistakes. So, a 505 seemed to be the end of the line for Super Mario.
These early speedruns are so great too because you weren't live streaming this to Twitch or something. You weren't getting any monetary value. You were just doing it for the love of the game.
Bros, unless some major new strategies were discovered. And that's exactly what Andrew G did. Since Andrew G
Here we
was
go.
just 1 second away from the record, he set out to find as many new strategies.
I mean, if you're 16 years old, you got all the time in the world to
first
find these
one was the
strategies, dude.
decision to stop having Super Mario Bros. Be a glitchless run. There were a couple of known glitches in 8-4 that could save about 1.5 seconds total. The first one was a wall jump off of a pipe, which required both a pixel perfect and frame perfect input, and the second one was a wrong warp with this pipe. Because Super Mario Bros. Only had the capability to load one warp zone at a time, once you passed a certain point on the screen, the game would load the water section. So, all you had to do was go to this point, then turn around and go back to the pipe. The reason that neither of these glitches were used was because under Twin Galaxies rules at the time, which is where these runs were being submitted to, no glitches of any kind were allowed. Utilizing both of these glitches on top of a perfect run would be able to get the time down to a 5:04.
I do think both. I do see the merit of having both speedruns because I do think glitchless runs are cool. You just beat the game straight, no funny stuff. But also, it's also cool to see all the glitches being allowed and you just beating the game with any means possible, and fast as possible. So I think they're both cool to watch.
Andrew G wanted something more though. He wanted something that would set his run apart from the others, so that people could say that
Andrew
his
G.
run truly was the best. And his answer was in the level that would become infamous for years to come, 4-2. Normally, you just climb up the vine and go to the warp zone, while in the process having to watch the cutscene of the vine going up, then Mario
Yeah, I can see how that's very annoying in a speedrun.
finally Mario getting off. Andrew realized that the beginning of 4-2 works similarly to the wrong warp in 8-4. If you fool the game into thinking that you're farther back on the screen than you really are, and get closer to the right side of the screen, then going down this pipe will take you to the warp zone too.
How do you figure this shit out, dude?
Completely skip the cutscene with the vine. The only issue was getting close to the right. However, one day Andrew finally figured it out. If you backwards jumped into certain objects in just the right way, you'd be pushed to the right. Typically, if you do this 3 times at the start of 4-2, then you'll be far enough to trigger the wrong warp to work. So now, Andrew had the strategies. He purposely didn't reveal them to anybody, and instead grinded the game without telling anyone for months.
I love that.
Finally, in April 2007, his efforts paid off.
Guarantee you got the world record.
He was able to cut more than 5 seconds
Nearly
off
below
the
5
record.
minutes.
Unsurprisingly, this video blew up on YouTube, which ushered in a new era of Super Mario Bros. Speedruns, the reign of Andrew G. Once again, Andrew had achieved what seemed to be a nearly perfect run. He had beaten what was already considered a perfect run by 5 whole seconds, so it's no wonder that his run garnered this title. For a few more years, nobody really got close to beating his time. He was on top of the world of the video game that was arguably on top of the retro community, and it seemed like nobody
Look at his
could touch
happy
him.
ass face. That's a guy that
But finally,
loves Mario.
in late 2010, Andrew G asked himself the question, is it possible to beat the game in under 5 minutes? He once again started to grind, and in December of 2010,
You grind way
he
more
broke
when you have a
through,
specific goal
but
like
not
that.
quite in the way he wanted to.
Ooh.
He lowered the time by
Broke
2
his own
tenths
record
of a
twice, though.
second, and when he took another look at the run, he noticed slight imperfections that he could potentially fix. So he pushed onward, and the very next day, Christmas Eve, he was able to cut the 5-minute mark, finishing with a time of 4:59.
Also, did it on Christmas Eve. What a great Christmas I'm sure he had. Also, he got a three-peat there. Broke the record 3 straight times. Let's go. He's the GOAT, man. He's the Michael Jordan. Got a three-peat right there. Sub 5 minute by 2010. Nice.
4.
It's always exciting when you see a speedrun that obviously has like obvious mistakes in it. That's still a world record because it just shows that you obviously you can improve on it, and you know there's more to come.
Time in history, somebody could say that they could beat Super Mario Bros. In under 5 minutes. Andrew had executed everything that he wanted to in this run, so he took another break from Super Mario Bros. For a while. About a year later, though, a few more improvements came to his attention, the biggest one being where to jump on the flagpole. In his previous runs, if it wasn't easy to jump on top of the flagpole, they just jumped wherever they could, since they figured they wouldn't lose any time. However, look at this comparison. If you jump at the top instead, you don't brush on the block at the bottom, and you accelerate more quickly towards the castle. This saves a few frames, and sometimes saves enough time to get another frame roll. Combined with a newer, slightly faster method of doing 4-2, Andrew once again pushed his time down slightly further, this time to a 4:58.89. Another year passed,
later.
and Andrew G came back to the game once more. This time, he got 2
He was
more
retiring
improvements
coming
in the
back.
same week, and streamed them live on Twitch.
Dude, 5 Pete? Dude, this guy's insane. 2013 now. We went ahead.
Alright, that, I don't know what that time.
He's only 23. He's got a 5 Pete now. Dude, 6 straight records. This guy's insane. I love the very human reactions there. 4:58 now.
Oh my gosh! I think I did it again! What the heck?
6 Pete, still can't get a good
At this
microphone.
point, Andrew set a goal in mind. He wanted to take the time down to a 4:57, no matter how long it would take him. There were a
On
couple of ways
4:57.
to go about it. One way was to go for a faster version of 4-2, which would save 1 frame roll, and the other way was to go for the bullet bill glitch, which would save 2 frame rolls. This glitch involved having the bullet bill shoot at the end of 8-2, then jumping on it in just the right way so that it could clip into the bottom of the flagpole, skipping both the flag coming down and Mario walking to the castle. Andrew quickly rolled this method
once
out,
again, how do
so
you
it
even figure this
involved
shit
both
out?
getting lucky to have the
Who thought I'd
bullet
do
bill
that?
shoot fast enough, which almost never happened, and getting the glitch to work if it did shoot, which also almost never happened.
It's too slow!
He decided the only way to do it would be to go for this faster version of 4-2, play the rest of the game absolutely perfectly, minus the bullet bill glitch, and then play 8-4 as good as anybody had ever played it at the end of a run. The main issue with this was the trick that would soon get the nickname Fast 4-2. In order to get the wrong warp to work, you needed to be pushed at least 20 pixels to the right. If you get pushed 20 pixels, you need to go down the first pixel of the pipe. If you get 21 pixels, you can go down either the first or the second pixel, and so on and so forth. Any backwards jump can push you between 7 and 10 pixels. So the way that Andrew used to do it was to get pushed 3 times, and then be able to easily go down the pipe. With Fast 4-2, however, you would only get pushed twice. You need to get 10 pixels from each bump, which is rare, and pretty much completely out of your control, and then stop on the first pixel of the pipe and go down it. Even on his best days, Andrew wasn't able to pull off this trick more than one out of every 20 tries,
by making it harder for yourself.
And it led to streams of him playing the first 4 levels over and over again and then resetting. But anytime when he got past 4-2, it was as if time stood still. There were just 4 levels separating him from the 457. Andrew's usual banter with the chat would stop, and everyone watching would be extremely focused for the next few minutes.
Andrew, your seat,
there were only a few moments like this each stream, and they more than made up for
now we're into
the
the streaming era.
4-2.
Very nice.
And every now and then, he would finish a run as a new world record, and Andrew's reactions were always the best.
7 straight records.
I don't even know.
Didn't get 47, but got a 7th straight record.
Oh
This guy is the GOAT of Super Mario Bros. God dang.
Oh my gosh. What the? What?
Only one better than him is himself, dude.
I don't even know.
I love the reaction.
It's gonna be like.
It's cute.
It's gonna be like 458.03 or something. I'm gonna die.
It kind of was, yeah.
But finally, it seemed like the stars had aligned on one run that he had. He had gotten past Fast 4-2 and was on pace for a 457 all the way.
And now I might beat my 458.
Yeah, as soon as you get past the 4-2, it's just
crap.
dash.
For those who just tuned in, I broke the warpless record. I got 1926, I think, and now I'm ahead of my warp record right now.
And if it breaks 2 records in one day, this guy's
frame
nuts.
rule ahead right now. If this is a 457, I'm gonna flip out. This is crazy.
Please don't choke it. Please don't choke it. No! That's so sad. That's so sad. It was going so well.
He kept grinding, and his time kept dropping, but it still remained a 458. Finally,
That's so
in March
sad.
of 2014, his time was just
You
a
hate to
tenth
see
of a
it.
second away
8
from a
straight
457.
records. Bill Russell.
458.09.
This guy's the Bill Russell of
Ultimately,
Mario
he
Bros.
said that he didn't care if he ever achieved the
He
457.
broke the record in 2006. They're only 2014 now.
He felt as if he had mastered the game, and that he'd taken the game to where he wanted to. After all, he still had the world record. He was only a tenth of a second away from hitting his ultimate time. He had done what he could do with the game, and it seemed like nobody could beat him.
Someone gonna break his 8-peat? Oh shit. June 25th, 2014. IO1. What's he playing on? He's playing an emulated version? Is that loud? I like watching this a lot more. It's a lot higher quality. Of course, the music in Mario Bros is so good. Oh, here we go. 457. 457. Dude. He got like pretty good into 457 too. Then he like barely get
One morning in
457.
June 2014, speedrun fans around the world woke up to find this video trending on YouTube. Super Mario Bros. Beaten in 457.69,
3 million
uploaded
views.
by speedrunner Blubbler. In this run, Blubbler opted to not do the fast 4-2, but instead did the bullet bill glitch, which saved an extra frame roll from
Changing
what
the
Andrew G was
strategy.
going for. How did he
Breaking
get the
the
bullet
8-peat,
bill to
dude.
shoot? Well, turns out enemy patterns can be influenced by what frame rule you're on. If you start the game at the same time every time and play through the game on the exact same frame rule, you can control when the bullet bill will fire. All Bubbler needed to do was find a good frame rule to start
putting
on,
in the random number
and play
generator
through the
to make
level
it
in just
work.
the right way without stomping on any Koopas, which influences the time at which the bullet bill shoots. He was able to get the glitch in a run
Influencing the
and
RNG.
shock the world by beating Andrew G by 0.4 of a second. Once again, this run stood for a while, and not many people were really trying to beat it. But finally, in May 2015,
For this being
a
like your
fairly
first ever
unknown
video
speedrunner
other than the
called
one I'm not watching, this is such a very good and edited and narrated video. Wait for summoning salt here.
Finally, in May 2015, a fairly unknown speedrunner called Darbian rose above and got a 457 for himself.
He didn't break the record though, but he got 47. Andrew G getting passed up. Look at his heart rate, 126, dude. Oh my god.
That has to be a 457.
Bro's excited. I love his voice
And
too.
then got another one just 2 days later.
130. This guy be getting, dude, 0.01 seconds away from breaking the record. That's a. Dude, this guy's gonna have a heart attack. He had 140.
Both of these runs utilized the bullet bill glitch, but not fast 4-2.
You
Darbian
gotta do
grinded
both.
more and more, trying to get closer and closer to the record, and then in
Person who's break the
October
record can do
2015,
both.
after more than 6,000 attempts, he broke through, and beat the record by a matter of just 4 frames.
Nice. The heart rate's gonna be going nuts now. Look at the face.
I don't know what that was.
Nearly 150 now. It keeps going up
I have
the heart
no
rate every
idea what
time.
that was.
A few months later, the game was receiving more attention than it ever had in the past. Darbian was trying to improve his record, Andrew G was trying to take it back, and another player by the name of
Return of the King, maybe?
12, who was Andrew's closest competitor when he was going for 457, was trying to get it for the first time himself. They decided that the ultimate time for Mario would be when a player got a run with fast 4-2, the bullet bill glitch, and an extremely good 8-4.
Yeah.
Nobody knew if this goal was even realistic, since getting even fast 4-2 or the bullet bill glitch alone was incredibly difficult, so getting them both in a run would be absurd. But in December 2015, Andrew G proved that it could be done, when he became the first person to get them both in a run.
Gonna go Return of the King here?
Yes! 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 Come on!
Nice.
After getting it, that run was on the best pace that any run had ever been on before.
Oh god,
and
best
Andrew was
pace. He's
visibly
not gonna do it.
uncomfortable.
I swear to
Oh
god.
my
it's,
gosh.
Easy curse
He
now.
ended up getting the wall jump and the 8-4
Eight piece
run
cursed him.
Oh my
Did
gosh!
the 8 piece curse him? He's gonna
but
get
a
2
slow water
electric chokes.
section ended up preventing the record.
No! No!
That's a choke right there.
No! No! Ah!
That
The run
sucks.
still ended up being a PB for him, 457.993. 18 months after he gave up on getting a 457, Andrew G achieved 2 amazing tasks in the same run. Proved that a run with fast 4-2 and bullet
Proved a
bill
lot
glitch
though,
was
yeah,
possible,
proved a lot that
and he got his
faster
own
run is possible.
457. A month later, Darbian was able to put a decent 8-4 at the end of a run that had both fast 4-2 and the bullet bill glitch, and took the record down another 0.2 of a second.
Now he's got back-to-back records now. He's trying to go for that GOAT crown. He's the LeBron of the Super Mario Bros. Speedrunning game.
That's it!
The heart rate's going nuts. 160 now. Every time he breaks the record, it gets higher and higher. He's gonna have a heart attack in the last run,
small
dude.
mistakes that he knew he could fix. And once he did, a couple months
Still
later,
mistakes. 3-peat for Darbian now. That's a 3-peat for Darbian.
he claimed himself that
Coming
he
for
had
the
reached his
record.
goal, and that it was as far as he was going to
Well, he
push
got the
game.
record. 3
After
times.
all, there were no more known frame rules that could be saved anywhere by a human, and the 8-4 in the run was incredibly good. He did manage to accidentally beat the record by 1 more frame while hardly even trying a month or 2 later.
He accidentally
but it
beat the
really
record
seemed
to get a
that was the
4-peat.
end for
Very
Super
nice.
Mario Bros. That the category was
insane.
dead. But if there's one thing that people should have learned by this point,
Perfected
it's that
game.
when people call Super Mario Bros. Dead, it never really is. People once again began to examine the run deeply, and look for anywhere where an improvement could be found. The answer laid in a trick that was considered TAS only at the time, the flagpole glitch. By getting lucky with your positioning,
Tools says speedrunners
jumping
TAS, I
on
know
the
that.
perfect frame, and then by doing a series of incredibly difficult inputs, it's possible to clip into the bottom block below the flagpole, and skip the animation of the flag being lowered. Think of the bullet bill glitch, except that it has no bullet bill, but it only saves you 1 frame roll instead of 2. For years, this trick seemed
Harder
to be
and not as
impossible
much
to
reward.
pull off by a human,
But you gotta
but
save
thanks to
1
some
frame roll,
research
man.
by Mario speedrunner Mav6771, a setup was found that was just barely humanly possible. And in August of 2016, Darbian was
So you're
able
telling
to
me
pull
there's
it
a
off
chance.
in 1-1 and save a frame rule in the process.
5 seconds.
Oh shit. High fast moment right there. So you're telling me there's a chance.
Well, we're gonna find out right now. We're gonna find out right
Chat
now.
going
If
crazy.
he was
What?
able to do that in a run, then get fast forward dash 2, and then
Then
get
bullet
bullet
bill
bill
glitch.
glitch, and play everything else perfectly, then he would be potentially able to get a 456. But unfortunately, success rate at getting the flagpole glitch was just too low for it to be viable, so it was put on hold for a while. Then Sockfolder came onto the scene. Thanks to his work with tasking the game, he was able to solve the most difficult part of the flagpole glitch, getting on the right subpixel, which is positioned smaller than a pixel that
Subpixel
you're
is
normally
crazy.
unable to
Not even
control.
the same pixel.
He needs to
Subpixel.
position on the correct subpixel for the flagpole glitch to even work. Thanks to Sockfolder's work though, he found a series of inputs that you could take to ensure that your subpixel is correct. From there, it's just getting those inputs, jumping at the right time, and clipping into the block. This trick could be done on 1-1, 4-1, and 8-3 to save time, although the manipulation needed
3
to set
times
up
is
the
crazy.
8-3 flagpole glitch was pretty difficult. 1-2 and 4-2 didn't have flagpoles. To gain another frame roll in 8-1, you would need more frames than the flagpole glitch saves you, and 8-2 already has the bullet bill glitch, which saves more time than the flagpole glitch, so the flagpole glitch is never used on those levels.
Makes
Both
sense.
Darbian and Cosmic D12 incorporated this glitch into their runs. Cosmic decided to replace Fast 4-2 with the flagpole glitch in 1-1, and Darbian decided to do the same, but also do an additional flagpole glitch in 4-1. Cosmic was the first one to find success. He was able to tie
There we go.
Darbian's world record,
Tie the record, okay. Tying a record
and then
is just
lower
so...
it by 3 frames.
Okay,
just
here we
a
go.
few
Now he's
days
got the
later.
record. Break Darbian's 4-peat. Tying the speedrunning world record down to like the exact second is just so annoying. Just so annoying. Because you can never say that you're the world record holder. You have to say you're the joint
I
world
don't
record
know.
holder.
I don't know what it was. I think it's 0.19.
Called the
But
exact
because
one
Darbian
that's
was
so
going
crazy.
for an extra flagpole glitch in 4-1, he had the advantage over Cosmic. He's able to take the
When he
record
wants-
back
finally
from
gets
him
it.
and recorded the first 456, a time long considered to be
4:56.
absolutely impossible, 3 days after Cosmic took it from him.
7 whole 4 seconds after the 5-minute run is crazy. Considering we're going frame by frame here. Knocked over his whole set. I'm telling you, he's getting more and more excited every time he breaks the record. It's so insane.
That was it. That was it.
Destroyed the whole
January
setup.
2017, that's
160.
where the record for this iconic game stands. Over the course of 12 years, the time came down
Nice.
from 510 to 456. Each time, players set
Pretty
a
good.
new limit on what they thought the best time could be. First, it was 5:05, and then Andrew G beat that by 5 seconds. Then people thought that there would never be a sub 5, but Andrew G beat that one as well. Then people thought that a 457 would never happen, but Blubber pulled that one off. Then people said that you couldn't get Fast 4-2 and the bullet bill glitch in a run.
Anything is possible,
Andrew
man.
G
Kevin
proved them all
Garnett.
wrong once again. Then people said a 456 is impossible, but Sockfolder found the flagpole glitch setup. Darbian got a 456. Now people are saying that a 455 is theoretically possible. If you got the flagpole glitch
Which
in
is now
1-1,
is a thing because it's been
4-1,
going down
and
5
8-3,
seconds into this
if you
video.
got Fast
So
4-2 and
hope
the
there's an
bullet
updated
bill
version of
glitch
this, like
on top of
maybe
an
we can watch.
8-4 that has never even been done at the end of a run. The point is, even for a game as famous as Super Mario Bros., where it seemed like every trick possible was figured out, you can never say with absolute confidence that a record won't be improved. If you do, there's always going to be somebody to prove you wrong. Thanks for
course.
watching, everyone.
There's always a
I'll see
bigger
you next
fish.
time.
Alright, fantastic video by Summoning Salt. I feel a really good analysis of the entire history, and yeah, I'm excited to see these that they get more in depth and more, you know, better. Because this is just the second one, and I mean, it's fantastic. So, yeah, what do you think? Are you interested? Tell me your stories about speedrunning and all that. And yeah, fantastic video. And if you have any videos you want to recommend and all that, comment down below. And yeah, bye.